Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us either here live at the moment or later on in watching this recording. Thank you so much for giving yourself this time to just reflect on our topic for today, which is the topic of feelings of loss and what that means for us and what we hope can uh, give you something to think about as well. So, on that note, I introduce Ljubica. Thank you. Sorry, Ljubica and I do this together. So it's I'm Lynn and this is Ljubica, and I'll just hand. Oh no! Before I hand you over to Ljubica to introduce our topic, I'd just like you to perhaps take a moment to, if you're not driving, just close your eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths in and out, just to center yourself and become a little focused on what we are sharing today by breathing deeply in through your nose into your tummy and filling up that whole torso with that beautiful life-giving breath, and just holding at the top for a moment, breathing out. It's so good for our nervous system to be able to stop and take in a few deep breaths occasionally. It's quite calming to your body and allows you then also to be more focused and be able to take in what we're sharing today. So on your third or fourth deep breath in, you should feel your body starting to relax a little and feel a bit more calm and peaceful. And when you are ready, I invite you to open your eyes again. That feels a bit better.
Does feel good. Thank you. And I'm feeling a little bit hot, so I'm going to put my aircon on. I don't know
I
why.
feel like it's freezing here, so.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I feel like you already invited me
I have, yeah.
to speak,
Thank you.
and thank you. So, good morning, everyone, or good day, good evening, whatever the time of the day is where you are at. And welcome to our talk, Lynn's and mine talk about today's topic is the feeling of loss. Feels a big topic, as often we put quite a big topic for us to discuss, to contemplate, to feel what we feel around this topic. And just the word loss. What does that mean for you? Loss, or is it just the feeling? Is there such thing as losing something, loss, or is it, do we just create a feeling of loss? In my world, there is never ever anything lost. It's only a feeling that we create around the thing that we might feel attached to. So I will give my example of, or should I? I'm just going to feel into it. Or maybe, Lynn, I would hand it over to you to speak. And I'm pretty good in bouncing off your comments. So I will just hand it over to you. It doesn't feel right to me
Yep,
to say
that's
anything right now. So can you
fine.
just say something and I will see
Yeah,
what comes?
sure. What comes to mind when you said that loss is a feeling, that could be quite triggering for people, the fact that we don't actually lose things. When we say we lose our car keys, we don't really lose them. We just misplace them. We put them somewhere and forget. And it's not really a loss, and that's probably a small example. But I shared with Ljubica yesterday that my son said to me last year during the lockdowns that how nice it was to spend time at the weekends with his family without having to run from children's activities to birthday parties to, family things and whatever else they had on, sports, that sort of thing, which is all part of life that we've gotten used to just being, the norm. Um, but for him, that loss of being able to go and do those things meant that he gained more time with his family. And he's not the only one that's spoken in this way. I've heard a lot of people say it was a beautiful opportunity to slow down. And clearly, the circumstances weren't beautiful, but the opportunity to slow down and spend more time with family and doing things that you really liked within your home really didn't give them that sense of loss. It was from what some a word that has a kind of a negative connotation. It's more of a challenge, um, that we are able to find something better on the other side, or something just as good, or growth, however that may look for you. Does that help you, Ljubica, in what
It
you
does,
found?
definitely. Yes. From what you just said, what I get is that feeling of loss.
Mm.
It's,
I liked the word you used before, attachment. It's attachment to things that
yeah.
we
But what
lose.
I,
A good thing.
what I was going to say, I just get from what you said is the um, when we get comfortable in something, when we get comfortable, doesn't even always feel good in what we get comfortable with.
No,
It's
that
not necessarily that we feel good, but we feel comfortable, and at the same time, a little bit of fear of the next step of a change in our life. So when that time comes for a change, and what you just said, we kind of attached to that situation that we are in, or we get attached to a person, or get attached to a physical thing or situation or whatever it is. And we know it's time for change, but it's uncomfortable to step into the next stage of your life. It's and every change is a little bit brings discomfort to you. So we're feeling that we're losing something when that time comes, that we um, I don't even use the word I lose. I just try not to use it in my vocabulary. I change it to something different. Um, I don't feel like I'm completely like in alignment this morning when I'm talking.
that's okay.
Words are not coming, thoughts are not coming. I know I get it, but I can't express it.
Mm,
Um, so feeling of loss is bringing you an opportunity for something greater to come. I will
mm,
give you my example. It's I'm in a big process of change, and the very situation in the world and in my it reflects on my life here where I am right now. So um, I'm facing big changes in my life.
mm,
I am being presented with the opportunity to um, step out of my comfort zone and do something what I really love doing, but I've been afraid to do some things to get to that stage, to achieve what I really want to achieve. And but I've become really comfortable in my like going every day to work, and you know, even though a lot of times didn't feel like really ready move on. And now the situation came that I can say, I'm losing my job. I don't even want to use that word, I'm losing anything. I'm just in process of change from something that I have learned from a lot, and I appreciate that immensely. And I am ready to move to the next stage of my life with gratitude, with great experience, what I lived through and still living through, because change is still in process. And I am just being given the opportunity to build something that I love.
Mm.
So, yes, I believe this is good enough now. Would you like to add
Yeah,
a
and
bit?
what comes to mind when you speak, Ljubica, is that with every what I see in every single challenge in what we see as a loss is an opportunity for growth. Every single one, whether that's something really, really big or even just losing your car keys. You know, there's nothing happens randomly. Everything happens for a reason, and maybe just going back for your car keys, not being able to find them means that you have avoided having a car accident because you've left 5 minutes later or something. Sometimes we never know really the reasons, but I'm absolutely positive in my heart that nothing happens randomly, and what we consider a loss and an inconvenience and a challenge and uncomfortable um, always carries with it an opportunity for growth and new beginnings, new better things to happen. That's my absolute belief um, in what we at the moment what we recognise as loss, and I guess we use that word because it's a word that's commonly used and that people understand. But like Ljubica, I try not to use that too much in my vocabulary either. I just see loss as an opportunity, a challenge to move out of our comfort zone and become better people. Yep.
Yeah, I will, if I may just
Yeah.
give another example of mine. It's so easy and there's no judgment. I've used this word. For example, I lost my husband. It never sit well with me when I would say that, because I don't feel it as a loss. I never felt that I lost him, because something that is, once something is created, it's never lost. It can experience transformation or misplacement or just feeling of loss with somebody who's attached to situation or to a thing or to a person. Nothing's ever lost what has been once created. It's only changed to something. So in my experience, I never feel that I lost my husband. I always, whatever he has created through our life, through his life on this earth, it's still here. His thoughts, his actions, his, especially his laugh that he brought here, it's always here. I see him through my children. I see him through many things, many items that I'm not attached to, but remind me of him. This clock here reminds me that he's here all the time. This time never stops. And this is part of his life, of my life. This used to wake him up to go to work every day. And this is just a reminder that he's here. I haven't lost him.
And that's not to say, Ljubica, that you didn't go through a grieving process of having him physically in your world. That's not what you're saying at all. I know because we've
No.
discussed this before. That of course that grief is not lost. That grief
And
is
we have full right to grieve. Just to
absolutely.
clarify that,
Mm,
that is to grieve after somebody that you love. That means you are physically missing his physical presence here,
mm,
but that doesn't mean that that person is gone. And I believe that that person just
mm,
has changed his form or her form
mm,
in a non-physical form.
mm,
Because how can you lose something that once has been created?
mm.
As I
As you
said,
say, with your children and
his
all
action, his
around you,
thoughts, his, yeah, everything. It's in our field around us.
and it's still there.
It's present.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
never going to disappear.
Mm, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. And even things like loss of health and not necessarily material things. People immediately, when you say lost, I think generally people think about money, but there's lots of things that we label as losing. Um, that if you really think about it, and I guess that's what the challenge for us today is to think about where you would use the word loss. What is some another word, another way you can explain that? That it's not actually a loss. It's a challenge, or it's something different to actually losing something.
Yeah, probably what I'm just getting is probably ask ourselves a couple of questions. What
Mm,
am I being attached to
mm,
mentally, emotionally? What am I being attached to? Or what am I being um, getting very comfortable with and getting, should I use this word, getting stuck in this place that is preventing me from moving forward in my life? What are the opportunities that this situation is presenting to me that I can grow through this? Can
mm.
I allow myself to step in and see the situation, not labeling this as a loss or what else?
Attachment. I think attachment's a good word.
Attachment.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So have you got anything to add to this?
No, I think that's a good place to finish, leaving people with the opportunity to reflect on their own lives and things that they feel that they have may have lost that give them that lower their energy and make them feel less than um, happy with their situations. You know, just to question themselves in whether that's really a loss or how they can see that as an opportunity
Yeah. I'm
to
just
have
going
something
to check
better.
if there's anybody that's, no, there's nobody that's commenting that I can see anyway. But anyway, feel free to come and come, even though you were not here live with us. Come and come and
Mhm.
what's going on with
Tired today. Yeah. So, yeah, certainly
come
come
and
to leave a
comment, come
comment.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a big topic and I guess it's something to think about. It's what we're offering today is the opportunity for you to reflect on the word and how that what that means to you and how that you could possibly turn that into an opportunity for self growth. And if as I said, it's a very short period of time. But if you have any comments or questions for us, please comment below this video, and we will certainly be happy or direct message us either of us on our our Facebook groups, and we'd be happy to chat further if that's something that resonates with you. You'll know. So thank you so much for joining us today. Um, Ljubica, would you like to finish, or would you like me to just close off?
You can close off. I'll just say thank
Closed?
you. Thank you very much. And uh, yeah, thank you, Lynn, for being here with me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you also.
Yeah, I love you all.
I think we all kind of make a good team. Yeah.
You do.
So yeah, maybe just close your eyes and just to close this space, because it is a sacred space where we like to share from our hearts, and we would like to invite you to, at the end of this video, to give thanks and just close your eyes and take another couple of deep breaths in and focus back. This may have triggered you a little. Um, it's a big topic, so just breathe into it a little and give thanks for the opportunity. Anything that triggers us is an opportunity to grow. Thank you for being here. Thank our universal energy, higher beings, divine energy, God, whatever you choose to call it. We thank them for guiding us through our lives and for guiding us to be here and see this video and reflect on its content. And another deep breath in and out, and opening your eyes when you are ready. And once again, we say thank you for giving yourself this time and for joining us. And we shall see you next week. Much love. See you next time.
Stop. Have you stopped recording?
Yes, I think I've paused it.